Saturday, and that means meal prep day. So I'm going to be putting I got a big bowl 5-pound ground beef and ground pork. Got the ground pork, so I'm trying to clean out my freezer. And I've got a bag in my crock pot here. I'm cutting this. There we go. It's still partially frozen, so it's a little hard to cut or hard to maneuver. Go. And now I'll set this on low and I'll keep up with it every hour. Except I lied, I add water to it. The water helps keep it from sticking so bad. And then I use that excess water with my dogs through the week on their dog food. So I'll check back with the next part. We're gonna try Kelly Hogan's meat bars. You go on TikTok and search Kelly Hogan meat bars. This is how she does it. And I don't know if my air fryer is going to work the same as hers. She said she took her she says whatever ground meat you like, so chicken, pork, whatever. She puts it down into the air fryer. And then she made bars. So she cut them this way, kind of gave them a little space. And then again, gave them a little space. And then I think she just did once this way. So in the end, they're kind of like bars, loosely packed meat bars. Then she said, now I don't know if my air fryer is going to work this way. She put them on the air fryer at temperature is 400 for 7 minutes. And she says she does not preheat it because hers it preheats itself. So she said she pushes start and hers went for 12 minutes. So I'm setting my timer for 12 minutes and on my timer, and my air fryer is going to say 7 minutes. And I'm going to hit start, and I'll come back when this dings and tell you where the timer is. We'll see if it works the same. So it beeped and there was still 5 minutes left on my timer. So mine is not the same as hers. So I'm setting this timer for 12 minutes. You saw me do that. So I'll check it whenever this timer dings. All right, it's 6:30 in the morning, so math, I broke it down 80-20. Now, and this is the total for the day. So with the other things. So if I had 80-20, 12 ounces total for the day would be 1322 calories. And that would be 6 ounces, split in half would be 6 ounces. So 93%, 24 total ounces is going to be 1,400 calories. Chicken, 24, 14. Loin, 16 ounces is 14. Pork steak, 14 ounces is 14. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make everything in half servings. So then no matter what half I grab, it would be half of approximately 1,400 calories. So I could grab a 6 ounce of 80-20 and 12 ounces of 93, and it's still going to be around 14. And the reason why I did this is because if I do 13, then it's closer, and then it's it's probably going to end up being like 6.2, 6.3. So it's going to be more anyway. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. I just want to show you. So I'm going to do my servings as half of the day. Oop, there's a timer for the thing, so hang on. All right, let's see how it looks. Let me get my tongs out. Because on her videos, when Kelly Hogan made these, that's what she used tongs and pulled them out. And chicken doesn't seem to make, it really evaporates so much when I cook it. But I just thought it'd be something a little fun, a little different for myself this time. And so I'm going to do, I've got 2 others that I'm going to do this way. There it is. I'm not going to show you till it cools down because I love y'all, but I ain't going to burn my mouth for y'all. So now let's do another one. Now I know my oven is kind of preheated now because of that. And she doesn't do her stuff in bulk like I do. So I'll cut down instead of 12 minutes, I'll make it more like 10 minutes and see how that looks. It's still partially frozen in the middle, but alright, now let me show you how I got it here. So I kind of split it up a little bit. These outer ones are they're a little separated more than others, but they bumped against this hot edge. So 400 degrees. I'm gonna do 10 minutes since it's warmed up a little bit, and I went ahead and set it for 10 minutes now so I can see now that I know mine's different than hers. So okay, so I showed y'all I'm gonna do a half day's worth of each thing that I make. So that's how I'm gonna meal prep for the day. I've got these pork steaks sitting up here, kind of maybe defrosting a little bit. I'll separate them here in a second, and I'm letting those defrost because I want to cook those in the skillet. I might try the air fryer, but I don't trust my air fryer skills, man. I just don't trust it. While this one is still going, we're going to analyze this and look inside and see what we think about the doneness. This is the one that was 12 minutes. Hang on here. That's the inside. It looks done. You know, I don't see any. That's the bottom of it. I mean, you see the lines and everything. I don't see it like gummy. It's like chicken. Very bland. I didn't season it. That was not smart. And what I was thinking for that, if you do not have those Applegate chicken sausages, make this. This is so much cleaner and so much better probably. But I was at one point gonna use this after when I first saw her video a while back. That's what I was gonna start doing. But I'm lazy. We know this. So, but yeah, it's perfect. They're perfect little bars, and you can do them in your air fryer. Put them in little things and go. If you want to use it for a breakfast. But yeah, so 12 minutes worked out really well for a cold air fryer. She uses a Vortex. I've got a Philips, so you know whatever air fryer you got, it's going to work great. So yeah, I'll let you know in just a few more minutes about those. This is what I dislike about chicken. That whole package, the whole 16 ounces of chicken disappeared to 10 ounces. Now one, that's 6 ounces that you lose from cooking up chicken, right? Let's double check, make sure I'm not lying. 16 ounces when you cook up chicken, because they put so much dang water in it, it becomes 10 ounces. So even though my plan was 12 ounces, I'm not going to use 1 and a 8, whatever, of, another one. I'm not going to eat 2 things of chicken, you know what I mean, for one. So it is what it is. So one package is 10 ounces. And that's after I zeroed the scale to accommodate for this. So, yeah. So just a heads up about chicken. 93% ground beef is the same way also. I guess all stuff is. I don't know, but it makes me mad. Chicken seems like you lose more of it. Okay, so now this one dinged. Same as the other one did. Just a second here. Nice and brown and crispy and some of it's stuck to the edges because of I guess because it's warm when I put it in there, maybe. I don't know. Since it's not seasoned, well, there's not a lot of liquid down in there. Hang on. Let me set this down. I want to see if this also is 10 ounces. Just a second here. This one is 10.2. So just know that when you make your chicken, you're going to get from 16 ounces to 10 ounces. So on this one, I waited till the inside of this was cool enough to touch and had my timer set 10 minutes. So one more of these chicken meat bars. I don't know if you need to see me do it or not. I'll just tell you. Plopping it in. Let's see, I did 3 slashes this way, slash this way. No, I did it the other way, but it don't matter. There it is. I kind of broke it up a lot, but it's okay. Set my timer for 10 minutes or 12 minutes and start. So now I've done 3 of them. Okay, the last one's done. I almost use like a pancake turner. Scrape them out of the bottom. I am looking at how to cook pork steaks in this thing, because as much as I love them in my skillet, man, if I could go on and do them in here, then I just have to wash one thing. So, yeah. So I'm going to watch some pork steak videos, air fryer pork steak videos, and see how that goes. And let me get this done so we can see, just, to see the trend. Since we've done 3 different ones, let's see how much. This one's 9.6 ounces. So it is not even 10 ounces. And there's not any more left in there. So keep that in mind when you're making chicken. I kind of wish I had defrosted some of the 93%. I'd try to make them in there and see what happens. But yeah. So, all right. There you go. Now you know. I will have to season it when I eat it, but I'll season it with whatever I want that day. So Okay, you all watch me do this all the time. We've got our Good Culture cottage cheese. And I do 110 grams. Even though I'm going to be more meat focused this week, I'm still going to keep my yogurt and cottage cheese. And I'm still going to keep my almond milk. I'm not changing my milk to, an animal-based milk. Not that it matters. This is lower carb and lower calorie with the almond milk. So I'm not anti-plant or anything. It's just, just tired of buying the vegetables. So now my Too Good Greek yogurt is 170 grams, is one serving of this. $177, close enough. So, there you go. That's the breakfast that you see me eat every morning. And I'm going to finish them up. All right, so I still have vegetables down there if I do decide I want to use them. Yogurt cottage cheese mixture. I am going to freeze this one. I don't know if you can. I don't know. It's not going to hurt it. It's just, it'll mess with the texture probably. But yeah, have any of you all ever frozen your yogurt cottage cheese? Because I'm done and I've got like that many and then that many, and I still have 2 that I have to open later, but I've got that many. And so yeah, I'm gonna try one to freeze and see how it works. But have any of you all ever froze your yogurt or cottage cheese? Let me know down in the comments how it worked out. I don't think it'll kill me. And I got these, I think I'm gonna pull them out now. And I'll tell you about that later. But I'm gonna go on and pull them out and let them get up to room temperature. But yeah, let me know let me know what your experience is with freezing yogurt or cottage cheese. So I was watching Laura's bath, and she does a lot of meats and she's carnivore, but she uses this meat thermometer. It's called Meter, and it has a Bluetooth, and I'm going to try it this way. You put this in and then stick it into the center of the meat, in the thickest part, not near a bone. So I'm going to, I'll try to zoom in here for you. So there's a little line on here. You have to make sure that gets into the meat. This is my first time using it, so we're going to experiment together. So you go in to the thickest point. I'm going to be stabbing myself probably. How'd you wind up in the hospital, Terry? Well, I was experimenting. But that's just not even a good one. Let's try this one maybe. Now, she did it with a regular beef steak, so. And I'm pushing it through the fat, which is what makes it hard. There we go. That's good in the middle. I gotta make sure I just see the little part go inside there. Alright. So I was watching how she did something. I don't remember what it was. And so I'm going to cook this at hang on. I'm going to cook it in the oven at 225 until the center is, hang on, washing my hands before I touch anything. I'm going to cook at 225 until the app says it's done. I can't show you the app because it's on my phone. But it's the thing itself, like if you want to watch a video about it, it's called Meter, M-E-A-T-E-R. And so it's Bluetooth to your phone. So you don't have to look at the time. You don't have to guess about when your meat is done all the way through. Instead, you wait and it'll tell you when it reaches that point. Here's a little bit about how the app looks on your phone. Let's see if maybe this will work. Just washed my hands. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's the little one. In her video, she talks about having it up on a rack, so that way air can flow underneath it. And I think I'm going to go on and pull this paper out, and then I could wash the pan when it's done. But then afterwards, I'm going to crisp it up on my broiler. So there we go. And like I said, I've got the oven to 225. For her, I think it took like 40 minutes. For you, I'll tell you all whenever it tells me. But I can't set up the thingy and while I'm on here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting this all in the oven at 225, and I'll update you in a little bit. You're gonna get a side view right now. My ground beef, 80-20, and the ground pork, 80-20, they're done. So I'm gonna do it in 6-ounce servings. .3. I'm not going to stress over a 0.1 or 0.2, or I'll kind of round because some of the juice is getting in there too. But as long as it's less than 6.5, then I'll keep it. Holy mackerel, that was a little bit wild. Now, I'm hoping this don't kill me. You know, it's a little pink. But I stuck a thermometer down in the water, like a, this kind of thermometer, this instant read kind of thermometers. I stuck it down in the middle of that, and it was like 150, 160s. So I'm like, well, surely if it's higher than 145, which is what it's supposed to be for pork, surely if it's higher than 145, I won't die. So this week, if I all of a sudden quit posting, you'll know. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these made up. You don't have to watch me weigh each one. And there you go. I've got all those ground beef and ground pork made up. And then that is my broth. So I'll pop all that in the refrigerator freezer. And there is that part of the meat. Still working on the pork steaks. They're in the oven. Hey, so the pork steaks that are in the oven, I just checked the Meter app, and it says it is 132 temperature right now internally, and has 24 minutes to go. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It kind of tells you, I don't even know how long ago I put it in. But anyway, I should have looked at time. I apologize. But anyway, so that's really cool about this. So whatever you choose to use, if you use the instant stick in, then that's perfectly good too. But it's going to somehow notify me at 1:45. So if I get booted off, we'll know that's why, and I'll tell you. Next stage of meal prep is my coffees. So, I use this IsoPure zero carb protein powder. It's 44 servings, but I use half of a scoop. So, as you're looking at the price on Amazon, this is the scoop that comes in my keto collagen. I just got a brand new one of these. Let me open it up. I'll show you what that scoop looks like. That's the real scoop for it. And that is why, hang on, where'd I put it? Oh, dadgummit. You can see the difference in them. I poured this into here twice. No, I poured this into here 2 different times, and so that's how I know the measurement. So, but if you don't have one of those, I use a half of a scoop of the protein powder. So I'm just gonna make up. I'll put the protein in all 6. Step 2 is half of a scoop of the keto collagen. I don't know what a half of this is. I could try and find out. Let me see something. Hang on. So I have an 1/8 cup little thing here, which is 2 tablespoons. So for grins, I put it just to see, and that's more than half. So yeah, so it's definitely more than 2 tablespoons or less than 2 tablespoons and a half. But anyway, so yeah, so I put in half of a scoop of the keto collagen in each of my protein powders. Some of them may have a tad more, some less. Here again, the serving is 20, but since I use a half, I get 40 out of this container. And this is the next part. I do my coffee. So I only have one of these left, and then I'll be starting the new stuff. So, hang on. Then I'll be starting those little packets that I showed y'all. So let me get 3 of these made up with this. And then just a second. Then I finish them off to the top with the almond milk. Serving of that, which is 1 cup. I put the powder on bottom because when I put it at the end, it gets kind of gross at the top. So that's just what I do. For these 3, since it's it's just not a lot of caffeine in that stuff, so I'm going to use half a stick of this Cafe Bustelo. It's a half. There's a half. This one's left over for that I'll use tomorrow. And I'm going to go on and get all of them ready so I don't have to remember to add the package in the morning. I do half of one and half of one. Alright. Then I put the lids on them, I shake them up, and they go into the refrigerator. So they'll be nice and cold, and that will be my protein drink in the mornings. A protein coffee in the morning. And then I'll shake them up right now and put them in the fridge. So I haven't really processed how I'm going to do these yet. Other than, I know I'll do 1 stick of Taster's Choice. Because these are the cheapy ones that you can get at Walmart. And then I'm going to go on and use these. So I'm going to put half of one of these in with those. Whereas in the future, I'll probably use 2 of the Taster's Choice. But since I have these, I want to see how this works. Just kind of getting an idea of it. And I'll fold this one in half for next week whenever I do this again. 240 almond milk. Since I don't have the water already in there, which is, I want to make sure I get it right. I usually know because I top it off. Okay. remember, once you get all this work done on Saturday, you're done. You are golden for the week. The only thing left you have to do the rest of the week is microwave, or maybe add a salad if you want a salad. Toss in some frozen vegetables for your family. Whatever you want to do, you just do it. But this is a way that you can have your hard work done on the weekend and take your life back during the week. Hang on. Now you just add water. Over there. Doing it this way gives me a little extra room for ice. Let's see, one of these is different. I gotta remember this one. It has a different lid, so I have to make sure I get the right lid on it. Now, I told you I put that powder on the bottom, so you got to shake it up really good. And the good thing about making these ahead of time is as it sits, that powder kind of absorbs into that water too. So, and then the morning I drink it, I shake it up and anything that's settled. And see, it got it pretty quick. Let's see how it's going to taste. I know I already had my coffee for this morning, but yeah, I think it's going to work. I am. The little pieces get in there. Hang on. You know I'm weird. I got to get all those little flakes off. So yeah, that's what I'll have. I'll shake it up in the morning. And so I'll have these three will be the new way of doing it, and I'll see how I like it. Since there's only 3, that's pretty good. I won't, if I hate it, I can change it. I'm pulling the pork steaks out now. The app says that the internal temp is I think it said 143. Hang on, let me double check. I forgot. Well, I'll insert a picture, and whatever that temperature is what it is. Now, I am going to put it on broil and put it back in. It can come up 2 degrees with broil because now I'm going to sear it. But my thing is, I want to, from what I read, the thermometer can only go up to 500. And I believe hang on. I believe my broil, whenever I Googled broil, it goes up to 5 something, and I do not want to ruin that. So I'm going to put this on broil, turn on the light, and I'm going to put some seasonings on there. I did not do it before. I'm going to put on some adobo. I think it's because usually, I season everything when I eat it. And so I was actually more thinking that I was going to be doing this in the air fryer. So I was thinking I was going to be able to get some broth for the dogs, but not this way. So that was slap your mama, and then I'm going to put a little bit of tahini on it. Of course, this is so big it's going to fall right off, but that's all right. Where's my tongs? My tongs. Hang on. This is going to be the longest video y'all ever seen. Oh, come here, boy. Come on. I said, come here, boy, and in comes my dogs. They're like, ooh. She said B-O-Y. She means us. Alright, so I got the broil going. Now I'm going to season this side. Going to be spicy. Spicy. And then the adobo. This will, according to her video, this made, like I said, Laura Spath. I think she did it with steak though. But anyway, this will help give it a good sear. So that's what we're going to do. I'll do it 4 or 5 minutes. And I'll let you know who am I kidding? I'm going to forget how long I do it, but let's try timer. 1, 2, 3. I'll check it in 3 minutes and see how it is. I was going to show you with this thermometer. This little box that it comes in, it's the charger for it. So you just push your little thermometer in and snap it into place, and right now it's charging. There's a little battery on the back, and you pull it off and you pop your little battery in there. Like I said, this is the first time I've used it. I've had it a year and never did it. Then you push this little button. I don't know if you can. Okay, see it turning green? That means that the battery is active and the battery's working. So I did not have them charging, so I'm glad it made it through the whole process. But now I'm going to put this in my drawer. I cleaned it off, and now I'm going to put it in my drawer for next time I decide to cook a hunk of meat. It's been 5 minutes. Hang on, let me move the camera. Okay, it's been 5 minutes in the broil, and now I'm just gonna let it rest for a little bit, and then I'll cut it up into bites, and I'll show you that when I'm done. I've decided that I think when I start making these videos on the weekend, I'll make one full one, and I'm gonna try to maybe break things down, so then that way they can be in different videos, you know, like a smaller video of just the pork steaks and then one video of just the breakfast. So I might kind of try to work on that too. But anyway, so that's what I know right now. I'm just going to let them rest for about 10 minutes or so, and then I'll cut them up. And there's the final results of the pork steaks. There's still some meat on them. I'm going to eat that here in a second. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, and the servings of those, it's 7 ounces. So I went with 7 ounces because it's really, really fatty. So I know that'll up the calories. So 3 pork steaks made 3 7-ounce servings. That's the end of today's meal prep. So now you know what I'll be eating this week and how I got it all to that stage. So have a good weekend. Stay safe. Don't blow your fingers off. Happy 4th of July.